6.
Kids will do it.
Let's call the meeting to order. Everybody's
make a
here. Do I have a motion on the minutes?
I will make a motion to approve the minutes of, do you want me to read them all, or just as
No.
stated?
And I'll
As
second.
stated. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Deborah Ann Ramirez? You called her in, right? Okay, we'll hold it. Yvonne Holt?
Yes.
Yep, that was right the first time. I should have quit while I was ahead. Come on, come up front. Okay, Tap City. Okay, we're calling you in because of the incident that you had there,
Yes.
and mainly because nobody from your bar called. Once again, the people had a call.
I asked her to call because I came from behind the bar to stand in between the incident that was going to happen because I could foresee something happening because it was like a lover's quarrel. And I really didn't think he would come through an old lady. So then when he started charging, I told Sarah to call the cops now.
Okay.
This is the first time I've ever had to do this. It was very unnerving.
Okay, well,
Mr. Chair?
Owen Waggle.
This isn't the first time you've had a problem at the bar, though. There was an incident report a couple months ago with guys fighting with the
Pool cue, yeah.
pool cues. Yeah. Yeah, so.
Not on my shift.
Well,
Sorry.
and that,
Yeah.
just, and that's part of the problem I have.
Yeah.
So in our police report, it didn't say, it did say who called, but it didn't
Right.
say that the caller called at your direction.
Right.
So, and that's one of the things we want to make sure is that the people in charge are making the call, and we understand, I
Right.
understand that if you were trying to mitigate this, whatever's going on there,
Right.
that, and you instructed somebody to call. But again, this isn't the only problem you've had there. We're starting to see things stack up there. I guess I don't know what's going on.
The other one, it was two guys that known each other for like
Yeah, remember, yeah.
30-some
Yeah,
years.
longtime friends. And they were they just overserved?
No, the one guy that used the pool cue actually doesn't drink. He sits in the bar and he drinks Cokes and Dr. Pepper all day. It's just the other
Maybe
guy
you should have a beer once in a while. I don't know.
Okay.
But
The
you
other
see,
guy was
you see my point. You're in the second district. I'm your alderman.
Right.
I live 3 blocks away.
Right.
No, none of us want this going on,
Oh,
getting
no,
worse
no.
and worse and worse.
That's right.
No, I mean, nothing really happened. This guy was a stranger. We've never seen him before in
Right.
our bar. Okay. He stopped by there, like earlier. She served him 2 drinks. Then he went to Stud's Pub. Then he came back to our bar and started being...
5 hours later.
Yeah, 5 hours later. She did not serve him. Asked
Were
him
you the
to
one
leave.
that told him to get the F out when he came in? I think
Well, not right away.
Didn't I read that in the police report?
It might have been, because we were all,
When he
we kind of all
came in the
did.
door, somebody said, "Get the F out of here." Was that you?
No, right, when I turned around and I saw him, I said, oh, you gotta get, it was like right away he started hollering at this girl, and I came out from behind the bar, and I might have said that at that time, because he wouldn't leave. And so we're gonna,
Let's try and get him up.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, then
I
she
used to
called
be a
the cops.
teacher, I know how to transition folks,
they
but
got-
this was a crazy
They
man.
took a picture of his license plate
Yeah,
number.
got that.
Yes.
It was great that they had the plates and all that. That was
Right.
good
That
thinking.
was me, I
you know?
couldn't think, I didn't think
I
about
don't-
taking a picture of
You know,
him.
I don't see anything that she did wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, it was, the major reason we called you is from the police report, we
Right.
couldn't tell that the call was made by your customer at your instruction.
Right,
So,
right.
so,
Yes,
I'll
I
move to place in
understand that.
file.
Second.
Is there any further discussion?
This is 3 and 4?
Yes. It's the same incident, right? Same date?
Yeah, same incident.
Yes. 3 and 4. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thanks for coming in.
Okay, thank you so much.
Have a good day.
Okay, then we have Tanya Krolicki.
Yes.
Come up front. Okay, this application for bartender. This is a new application. And Flappers. Okay. calling in? What we got here? Which one is it? Yeah, okay. Okay, we're calling in because, let's see, on 1/30/18, you had OWI.
Yeah, it actually happened in 2017, but because I needed a little extra time to pay for it, that's why it was in 18. But the actual stop was in November of 2017.
Okay, we always call people in simply because you're gonna have to be making the decision, and if some people in the cutoff people and everything, and on this one case, you didn't do it right for yourself, so, that's why we called you in. Does anybody else have anything?
Mr. Chair,
Alderman
have you been bartending for a while?
Oh, yeah. Well, I went and got, the owners of Flappers own 2 other bars, so I work for them and at Brew City, so I've already gotten my Milwaukee license. Regarding the driver's license, and the whole deal that I had to go through with my ticket, I had to take classes, and I had to go through, what do they call it? I had to go see like an analyzer, like not a therapy
An
person.
alcohol
An assessment, yes. Had to do that, had the thing in my car for a year, and I wouldn't have been able to get a license if I didn't fulfill all of that. And the bars they have a non-drinking policy while you're working, so there's not, nothing's going to happen or affect me and my work. I mean, first and foremost, I have to work. I'm not going to, do anything to jeopardize my job or my driving privilege, going forward in my life. So,
Is this your only job, or you have a day job, or?
no, I just bartend right now. So, and I'm a landlord, so I definitely need to get around if, clogged toilets and all that kind of fun stuff. So,
Okay.
Move approval.
Second.
Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Now, let's see, the council meeting's next Tuesday?
Yes.
So it's got to go to the full council, kind of voted on that, and then you can pick it up the next day, after 10 or
yes.
after 10 o'clock on the next day? It should be available.
Okay, so that's like what, the 5th then?
It'll be available on the 5th.
Okay. Okay.
And if you don't pick it up, it'll be that first day that's available on that Wednesday after the Tuesday council. It'll be mailed to your address. or
Okay.
whatever, so.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, I've got the provisional right now,
Okay,
so it'll probably cover me, so.
Okay,
Okay, thanks.
thanks. Jacqueline Miller? Oh, geez. I should call him. Oh, you checking on this one, or?
I did check on that one. My issue is that I think the information we have, there wasn't an OWI in 2016. There was an email going back and forth from the police department that said that was an error on their part. It was an operative without suspension or while suspended, as opposed to the OWI. She is valid at this time, and then that on the works report it lists a 2017 theft. That was actually from 2000. It's much older.
15.
It's in the 90s, I want to say. 1988.
And it said 15 on here. I'm sorry, 17, right? Looking
Yeah.
at the wrong one.
I don't see a works thing on there from 19
97, no.
from 2017. It's actually from 1998.
It's quite the error.
So do we want
Mr. Chair?
to, Alderman Wagner?
So there's no alcohol-related, this what's down as an OWI in April of 16 is really an OWS?
Yes.
So it's not alcohol-related, it's just driving?
Correct.
And you said that they currently do have a driver's license? This
Valid.
person?
Yes,
This
valid.
Jacqueline?
Yep.
Valid driver's license? Yeah. I'm going to move approval.
Second.
Roll get that? Yeah. Is there any further discussion on this? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Angela Kursecki? Kurhowski? Okay. So there's another new license. Okay, and you're in here because, geez, 4 OWS.
Wait, what?
Oh,
I was looking at
Suspended.
Okay, sorry.
And then 1 OWI. It says no disposition.
It would have been the same as the,
I don't know.
I'd assume it's the same as the 614 prohibited alcohol content. Likely they would issue 2 tickets. One, for some reason, didn't get a disposition reported. She'd probably resolve the prohibited alcohol concentration ticket instead.
So that's one event.
That's one event, yep. Is that accurate?
That is
All
accurate.
right.
We're talking about my 2010 DUI, correct?
Yes.
Sure, okay.
10 DUI, and you actually got it, probably conviction in 2011?
Yeah.
All right.
Mr. Chair,
Alderman
if I
Weigel.
could, where are you going to be working?
Flappers, I currently, kind of like the other lady before me, work for the same owners as her. So I work in Greenfield at Fin and Feather, and they want me to help them out at Flappers.
And did you hear a little discussion, the fact that you have an OWI, albeit 10 years ago, shows that at least on that occasion, you made a bad choice for yourself.
Yes.
And when you're working behind the bar, you're going to be making those choices for your customers.
Yes, and we now have things like Lyft and Uber
Yeah.
to suggest and use also.
Yeah, well, that doesn't mean you could still get them.
No, I know,
You know,
I know.
yes.
Sorry, this makes me
Yeah,
nervous.
yeah.
You're doing fine. Do you have a driver's license now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, anybody else? Anybody got a motion?
One more thing, Mr.
Go
Chair.
ahead.
So is this your first West Allis license?
Yes.
Okay. There will be an occasion perhaps when the police do a compliance check, sending, I'm sure the other communities do that too.
Yes.
I don't know what the Silver's policy is. I'm sure you'd have to pay the ticket. You may even get fired. I'm not sure. I don't know. You know what.
I would assume so.
Yeah, so, but we take that serving minors very seriously. So, okay. Okay. That's it, Mr. Chair.
Move approval.
Second.
Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
So you heard that. Do you have a temp now?
I didn't get anything in the mail besides my letter for, wait,
Oh, I mean, a temporary
I have my-
bartending license.
for another city or?
Or here? No.
I don't.
Okay, so you don't have the license yet. You heard that?
Correct.
You don't have the license till you actually have the license in your hand.
Correct.
So if you don't pick it up, it'll be mailed to you. So you wouldn't have it till you actually have the license in your hand.
Okay, so I can tell them I should be good for sometime next week?
Next week, yeah, after
Okay.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
So Wednesday,
Yes.
next week, Wednesday.
Wednesday, you could pick it up if you come during the middle of the day, but after that, it goes in the mail, and then it'll be wherever your
Okay,
address of record is.
all right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in.
Have a good night.
You too. Cora Schmidt? Okay. Okay. Let's see. Get you in here. 16 OWI, OWS. I'm sorry. Going to 2 OWIs. Yeah, I was looking at the wrong one. Or is it? Yeah, there's 2 of them, OWIs. The reason we call in front of us, because you got those OWIs, and we need to know if you are rehabilitated, that you turned yourself around, and so what did you do to?
Went
do that?
through all kinds of therapy. I had shackles on me for a year. I had breathalyzer. I went for counseling. I went to the tune of about 10 grand, paying off everything. So yeah, I went through a lot. And I have learned my lesson. I do not drive and drink anymore.
Okay, and you're going to be, where are you bartending?
A place called Mishi's, they offered me it. I do work full-time at another job
Okay,
at Frater Hospital, but I thought I could use a little extra more money, so it would be, like maybe once a week or twice a week, and it's in walking distance from my house.
Where's Mishi's?
Where's Mishi's?
74th and Beecher.
Oh, yeah, the old.
I think it's called Mish. It's a weird.
Yeah, the
I don't
last-
really if I know if I'm pronouncing it right.
Barnex. Yeah, Barnex. Okay.
Okay. Well, as you know, we're not that familiar with it, so they have a lot of problems.
It's a new name.
But we don't want a lot of problems in there.
They were before.
So,
Well, that's-
and you used to have a license in West Allis before?
Yes, a while ago, and I just never renewed it because I just didn't need it at the time. I used it for a while, and then I had another job, and because of my hours and the stuff, I really didn't have a whole lot of time to do this. But in 2 years, I'm planning on retiring too, so that might be some extra you know, money when I do retire, so I'm thinking of that in ahead. And in the meantime, I'll continue to work full-time at Freighter and hopefully, you know, here and there bartend when needed. So,
Do I have a motion?
Move for approval, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
thank you.
You heard that about the license? And
I don't know how that goes about, no.
so you did not get a temporary license?
What, oh, do I have a license?
Temporary bartending license? Did you have a temporary bartending
No,
license?
I don't.
Okay, so your license you could pick up next Wednesday between, say, 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. in the city clerk's office. If you don't pick it up personally, then it'll be mailed to you later that day, and it may take a day or two to get to you in the mail. So you don't have the license yet until it has to be acted on by the full council, and that'll be next Tuesday night, because we're just the License and Health Committee, and they're gonna pass it, unless something bad happens to you the next.
I hope not. I'm not planning on it. Okay, well, I appreciate it. I don't have off work on Wednesdays, so I'll probably wait for it in the mail.
In the mail.
So,
Okay.
cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Mr. Chair, if I could, on number 5, 6, 7, and 8 then, those all approved, I believe, correct?
Yes.
All right, and just for clarification for the record, they were all approved because they
Demonstrated rehabilitation.
demonstrated rehabilitation? All right,
Yes.
thank you. Just for our notes going forward later.
Okay, Robert Lucas? I don't know if we called these people
They
in.
weren't called in, these are just police reports that
Try and decide.
Oh,
decide if you want them in or, you know, just like a
Okay, what-
recommendation
is
is
this,
on file.
okay, this is the,
That was where the tenant in the
Tenant
in the
broke in.
apartment broke into
yeah,
to mess with the
Changes
heat.
temperature.
Yeah, we can place that on file.
I think so.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Move to place on file.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
And Uncle Fester's was the random bullets fired at the building at 4 a.m. with nobody in sight.
Placed on
This wasn't
file.
even open. Second.
Mr. Chair.
Hold on, me.
Before we vote on that, I'd like to point out, and I'm going to vote in favor of that, putting it in file, that the police department incident report is titled as being the address of 1456 South 92nd Street, Robert Lucas, but the summary in the report has everything to do with Uncle Fester's on this one. So they may want to modify the top portion of their report, this part right
Is
here.
Robert Lucas the licensee, or?
No. This has to do with the previous
Berkman slip.
incident,
Yeah.
Oh,
but the
okay.
report is with the next incident.
Okay. Oh,
You
yes.
see what I'm saying, Nick?
Yeah.
Yes, 1454 92nd is Slurpenburg, is Slurpenburg's address. Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, I got it.
Confused me for a minute.
Motion and second, place on file. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Number 11 is J.C.'s Pub.
I'm trying to remember which one that one was. Someone, I read all these earlier today, but
Yeah.
there's many of them. Which one was this one?
Female party
Oh,
was
she
passed
passed out.
out
Oh, yeah,
at
she
the
passed out.
bar.
Yep.
She was served 1 shot and 2 drinks.
And they called.
He told her, then he cut her off and told her to leave, but she was passed out.
Yeah, I think the gentleman did the right thing by calling it in. I moved to place on file.
I second.
Second. Third.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Then we have the December police reports.
Move to place on file.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? And motion carried. Okay. And then we have the police report on the...
Move to place on file with a note that no reports or no violations reported, which is a good thing.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Then we have, okay, we have DOPS, Drunk Uncle, I think all these, and Las Palmas, let's just take those 3. These are all the police reports, and I believe that there was no problem with them. I mean, or they did the right thing? Is everybody okay with that?
Yes.
Yes.
Do I have a motion?
Move to place on file, Mr. Chair.
Second,
All three of them.
yep.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone oppose? Motion carries. Give me a sec. Now, we have 17 and 18
Yeah, what the heck was
on
going on
these.
there?
Mr. Chair, I would ask that we keep discussions on this to a minimum. There will be further action.
Well, I didn't expect to have it even on the agenda, to tell you the truth. So we're just going to hold these two. We won't
Okay.
discuss anything at all.
And I am looking into some issues related to proceedings in here and whether or not to bring on both or just on bartenders specifically. So I haven't
Right.
hashed that out with the police yet.
Okay.
Well, wait, again, I know you don't want to get into it too much. This is the one
There was a
where they
issue-
weren't providing the video? The owner was called, wouldn't provide the video?
Did
Why
provide
wouldn't-
video.
That's,
Provided it later,
that's the issue that I'm looking into
Yeah.
on the level
Whether-
of cooperation and what that really means.
but that wouldn't be the bartender's response, it would be the owner to come in and provide it.
There's an issue with the bartender and there's an issue with the owner.
Right,
potentially.
okay.
I'm pretty confident on one side of things on that one. I'm looking into whether or not it was uncooperative or if there's some other issue going on with the ownership.
Okay.
I don't see any other long-standing history of the place, recently at least.
Okay.
Mr. Chair?
Owen, why-
Not speaking specifically about this, but yes, speaking specifically about this. When we have these ones where we may go to someone's complaint, it seems like we're not, does this bar know that we're, it's best to deal with the problem immediately, you know?
Right.
I guess the question I have about this is this particular employee still working there? And, because I'd like to know that, and I'd like the bar owner to know that, I'd like to know that.
We can't make them do anything with
No, I
that
get that.
person, right?
I get that. But, what we talk about sometimes is if somebody serves a minor and they get the ticket, and then some places fire them automatically. And the question here is, we ask bars when they come in here, what have you done to solve this problem? And in this case, the bar owner may say, you know what, as soon as I saw what happened, I fired her. She's gone. That would give a certain level of ease, maybe not 100%, but
But that would be with the bar owner.
yes, that would be the bar owner firing this particular, we still have to deal with the bar owner separately.
The bartender.
The no, well, whether we do or, would we revoke her bartending license
Yes.
for West Dallas? Yeah,
There's an option.
There is an,
Yeah.
That's a possibility.
that's a possibility. Okay, but I guess the point is, I don't want her bartending right now, I guess.
I understand what you're saying. There's
Yeah.
a process in place for us stopping that. I can, on my side of things, I can try to get at these as quick as possible. When I learned about this, the police were still going through their processes that's looking at criminal issues.
Yeah.
And so once I found out they're done, I don't even know if they are done all of the way trying to go up to the criminal side of things. But I did have conversations and we're going forward on actions on this one. By the time,
So does the owner know how concerned we are about this particular incident?
I would sure hope so. Just
I
based
hope
on
so.
The fact that there's a shooting, but I have not talked to the owner specifically, and I won't until I know what my,
What
Actions.
track you're going on?
Yeah.
Yes, I get that,
if it's going to be for warning and yelling at the person a little bit, then that will be this committee's job. If it's going to be a formalized process or document, then they'll be getting something from me. And then timing wise, the statutes say that it needs to be between 3 and 10 days from the date when we're going to have the meeting. And so by the time I wasn't able to get it done in time from when it was finalized, and I talked to Alderman Chablusky on that, we didn't have time to get it served.
Is that your district?
Mr. Chair, so
Alderman Rowe.
next Tuesday?
Could be. If we want to have a special, do we have a, well, next Tuesday is the common council.
Yeah, and we're already talking about maybe having a development-related meeting at 6 PM.
They're going to do that the following meeting, I think they said,
Oh, okay, not next Tuesday.
for Highway 100.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll talk to Alderman Chablusky about timing on that one, just so I don't have it on the record wholly.
right.
There might be one part of this that I'm not ready to go forward on yet.
Okay.
And we will be notified.
I'll send someone's complaint out to everybody.
Okay.
Okay.
So then we have item 19, use it and discuss. We have a number of them here. Okay, first one is Julio
Crespo?
to, unless, yeah, it doesn't
I
look
think
like the
bring him
same
in. He's
one.
got 2
Yeah.
OWIs.
2 OWIs.
Bring him in.
Yep. See if he's rehabilitated himself.
Okay, the next one,
There's Jerry Dutschek before that. Did you?
before that again.
Yeah,
The second-hand article dealer.
Second.
A secondhand article dealer. He had no violations. I don't think we need
Well, I
to.
see, I got underneath, so,
Okay.
well, I see, you got a different thing.
Yeah, on the agenda.
Okay,
Yeah.
The works note said there was a
Yeah.
record found report attached.
yeah.
The works I have an 86 issue and a 1996 issue.
Oh, I see it there.
I would say no.
Correct. I agree.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Probably rehabilitated since then.
okay, then Ashley. Oof.
That's a lot of suspend.
Right. I would like to bring her in. I mean, she's getting cited
Jesus, 1, 2,
every
3,
few
4,
months for
5.
operating while suspended.
Yeah, even last month.
We need to have a discussion.
So.
Him or her. Ashley could be a boy.
Yeah, okay. Joseph, just one?
And he had one
Oops.
OWI. I think we should bring him in.
Okay, and the other thing? The other thing is 97, but,
Yeah.
okay, Salvador. We got one OWI.
11 years ago.
I think if we're going to keep the same, we should probably bring him in again, though.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In fact, it was less than 2 weeks before the previous person.
Mr. Chair, and just so I'm on the same page with everybody, that these are, bring them in is akin to a soft denial. If the person does not show up,
Yes,
idea would be to deny it
Right.
at that point.
Yes.
Okay.
We need them to show us rehabilitation.
yes.
Okay. Okay, we got Brittany. I don't know this one.
No.
Which one? Brittany?
Brittany
Brittany.
DeHave.
There's a lot of things
Okay.
driving, but I don't think there's anything.
Okay, but what about the, if I may,
Yeah.
ID only for
Yeah,
license?
doesn't have a
What does
driver's
that mean?
license.
Yeah, she doesn't have a driver's license.
Do you have the application in front of you? Do we know where she lives and where she's going to work? To me, that's relevant.
Well, think about it, she can work anywhere.
Yes. But does she live in Slinger? She's applying for a West Allis license?
I would guess if 3 months later, she got another charge and she had her license, she's probably rehabilitated from that one.
Richfield, close.
Hey. God.
Oh, no. Okay, that was, I got the wrong Brittany. I got to file through here, so.
It's, if you're on Moan, it's 2 before that.
Yeah, we're on De Jesus.
De Jesus. He's paging through the,
Yeah. Here it is. Milwaukee. 53227, so,
3300 South 84th Street.
yeah,
She could be cabbing it or bussing it.
yeah.
And where's she gonna work?
Natty Oaks,
Oh, yeah, so
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
not that far.
84th up to 124th Street.
yeah.
And I guess the incidents after that do not show her without her license. So I'm guessing she likely had it on her person for the other incidents.
So, well suspended.
Well, she doesn't have a license now.
Yeah,
Or what do
She
you mean?
doesn't have a license.
You
Where does
still
it
on
say
Brittany
that?
De Jesus?
Yeah.
Oh, right here. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at, yeah, you're saying she only has an ID, she doesn't have a
Yes,
driver's
right.
license.
Doesn't have a
Well,
driver's
that's interesting.
And yeah, as of May even, she is still driving.
I was reading the DOT notes.
I don't know. I think we can let it go.
Yeah, I think we're
Yeah.
pretty weak on this, even though
Yeah.
she doesn't, I mean, no one has to have a driver's license to work
part-time,
someplace.
yeah.
So,
Okay.
okay, Rebecca,
Bring her in. She has 2 OWIs.
okay.
15 and 12 years ago?
Okay, now we're back up to Moon. And so,
I don't think we need to bring that person in.
Yeah,
That's
that's,
for the alibi.
There is an operating vehicle without consent, but I don't think she stole a car.
It's
I don't know
16.
the whole story.
No, I thought it was,
Per CCAP, that was expunged. I don't think that means we can't consider it, but
Oh.
I think that would weigh heavily in terms of.
to her favor.
yeah.
Being rehabilitated.
Okay, leaving the last one. Julie.
Holy cow, 20+ miles an hour.
Fine. This is standard day, Highway 100. Okay, I don't know,
Possession with intent of cocaine.
it's a felony.
cocaine,
That's the only
15
thing.
years
I'm
ago.
on this one.
but it doesn't say if she's convicted. Was she convicted?
I looked it up on CCAP. That one was a conviction. The notes on CCAP are
Non-criminal.
somewhat unclear. It doesn't have a checkbox next to revoked from probation, which would not mean that it was successful completion of probation. But it was a motion by the defendant to end probation early because she was, assuming Jody's a female, Jody was doing well on probation, and so the judge allowed her to end her probation early. So I think they just checked the wrong box on terminated. That's my understanding of it. Obviously, I didn't see fit, but that's how I interpreted what CCAP said about that incident.
You're talking about the possession?
Yes.
That was 16 years ago.
Yeah.
15. So, it's a felony, 15-year-ago felony, and with obstructing traffic and excess speeding is the only other things that she's had in the past few years.
Our taverns have been places where drugs are dealt out of.
Right.
Cocaine in particular. I would think we would just want to bring this person in and have a discussion.
Okay.
And we're likely going to approve her. I think the intent of everyone here is to approve her, just have a discussion. And we don't mean to embarrass an individual about it. It is 15 years ago, should be in the past, but we just need to have a discussion.
Just need to see whether she's going to be rehabilitated or not.
Yes, yeah. And she can provide evidence of that for us.
She had 6 years ago open intoxicant in a motor vehicle right here in West Dallas.
That's not on here. Where are we reading it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a charge, but it
Cycle
no,
3.
doesn't show the sentencing on
510.
it. So, yeah, I think that's even more reason. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, bring
So
her
we'll
in.
call her, bring her in.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
And that should be it?
I move we adjourn.
Yeah, discussion, we don't vote. Oh, wait, before we make that motion, is Deborah Ramirez here? No. So we'll, you want to send her another notice?
I'll go over and talk to her too. Tell her
Okay.
she's coming.
Yeah, and the reason. Okay. Okay, we have
Move
a
to
motion,
adjourn.
do we have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?